What up guys? What up guys? What up? Welcome to another live stream. Today is an educational live stream. Happy Sunday. I hope all of you are having a good day. By the way, this is a question and answer live stream. So I'll be taking questions, and if you do have any type of questions, I'll be glad to answer them. And I hope you guys are ready for tomorrow, a new trading week. So I'm just gonna have to wait for, I would say, 2 minutes, so that I let others join, so that we may start our live stream. Ooh. Right now I'm looking at V75, the chart of V75, sorry, V25, the V25 index chart. That is the one that I'm looking at. Oh, by the way, these are synthetic indices. You can trade synthetic indices even during the weekend. 24/7 market is always open, not affected by news. It's just clean price action, just market structure and clean price action. You don't have to worry about the tariffs and about the NFPs and stuff. It's just clean price action. And this is the chart of volatility 25 index. There are a lot of pairs, but me, I personally trade these ones. I trade volatility 75 1S, I trade boom 500 index. I also trade volatility 25 index, which is the current chart right now that I'm opening. It's a volatility 25 index, V25 index, right? All right, okay, let me just proceed in making my breakdown. Let me just make my breakdown. All right, so that if there's anyone who do have a question, we'll see them along the live stream as we go on. So let me explain about the strategy, right? So first thing is first, when you're analyzing, you want to be analyzing the charts using the higher time frames, right? Why? Because the higher time frames, they carry much weight. You want to be having or analyzing your charts using the higher time frames, and look for positions as you go lower to the lower time frames. So first thing is first, like I said, I'm now repeating, you have to first analyze using the higher time frames. Why? Because you have to know the overall trend of the market, right? Basically, the overall trend, there are two types of trends. Okay, I would say there are three types of trend. There is a bullish trend, then there's a bullish trend. So basically, when the market is bullish trending, it'll be going up, right? It'll be going up. Let me select my rectangle. Okay, let me add the rectangle. I want to show you guys a bullish trend. Basically, this is the easy stuff, right? Take for example this. right there. So this is an example of a bullish market, right? So when a price is bullish, it's going up. Take it for example, price was it here? What is it? Was it at this point, right? Now it's going up to this point, right? It was at this price level, which is 2405 2405.291. It went all the way up to 2776.925, right? So this is an example of a bullish trend. So when price is bullish, it'll be going up, it'll be buying. So in a bullish trend, buyers are present. You want to be focusing on buys, more buys in a bullish trend. You want to be following the trend, right? You don't want to be going against the trend. Why? Because you get stopped out, you get losses, and you don't want to do that. So you want to be following the trend. So when the market is bullish, you want to be focusing more on buys, right? And more buys and less sells. So when the market is bullish, I made a video about this, so I'm just now repeating for the sake of others who didn't watch the video. When the market is bullish, it'll be making high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, high highs, and high lows. So let me just select another brush and arrow, something like this. So I'm just gonna have to draw an arrow, this, then I put another arrow. No, I'm gonna have to delete. I'm gonna have to choose another arrow. I think there's a much faster way of doing it. Okay, right? So it comes up, right? This point is called a high, right? Then price comes down, it makes a higher low, right? Then it comes back up to make breaking the previous high, right? This was the previous high, breaking the previous high to making a new high. Then it comes back down to make another high low, right? Something like this. Then it comes back up again to make a new high. Okay, something like this, right? So this is an example of a bullish market. Price makes a new high, a high low, high, high low, high. So this is what is happening here. You see, price was here, it makes a new high, it comes down to make a new high low, a new high low, high, right? So that is an example of a bullish market. So you want to be focusing much on buys when you are in a bullish market, and this is an example of a bearish market, right? Just gonna have to select a rectangle right there next to the bullish market. This is an example of a bearish market. So let me just change the color. I would say the color to let me put lime or green, something like that, and say save. So this is an example. Oh, it didn't save. I want lime. Okay, then I say, why did it change? It's supposed to be changing. I say okay, we can just put the fill so that there will be a difference, right? There will be a difference, and you can just style, yeah, that's cool, and change the style as well, right? And say save, right? Exactly. So this is an example of a what? Of a bearish market structure, right? Remember the color was red, so let me just delete it, but you guys can see it, right? This is an example of a bearish market structure. So in a bearish market structure, price is now making lower lows and lower highs, This is now the opposite of what? Of a bullish market structure. So it will be doing something like this. It makes a lower low, like what just happened here. Then it makes another lower high, right? Okay, something like this. Then it comes down to make a new lower low, something like this, right? Then it makes a new lower high, basically it will be doing something like that, then it makes another new lower low, right? So this is how price moves. So this is an example. To the right, this is a bearish market structure, then to the left, this is what, a bullish market structure. So you first thing is first, you want to identify the trend, and you identify the trend by taking a look at the higher time frames, right? You want to be focusing much on the daily time frame, the weekly time frame, and the monthly time frame, because they are the ones which are going to tell you which trend we are in, which trend price is currently in, so that you follow the trend. You don't want to be selling when the market is buying. Why? Because you may get stopped out. You want to be the trader who is following the trend, right? So like so I'm just gonna have to go, let me delete all of this, this support, let me delete everything. All right, perfect. So you take it, for example, you want to come to the weekly time frame, right? All right, let's start with the monthly time frame. So this is the monthly time frame. What do you see on the monthly time frame? We are bullish, right? We are bullish, but price looks like price, let me further delete this stuff. All right, looks like price just reached where it was supposed to go. You see there in these ranges, right? There is this very strong resistance right there, and you know what, price touched this resistance and it's now like reversing. That is what a resistance is called. A resistance is more like a selling, you know, like price is trying to get out of this range, and it's something like out of this line, and a resistance is a selling, so it will be like saying, you know what, go down. It will be pushing price down. So that is the resistance. So you can see that the monthly time frame is bullish, but it's now seems like price is now reversing, because every time we failed to close above this resistance, it reverses all the way down. So you can see that yes, we are bullish, but price is now reversing. Looks like price is now what, reversing. Now you come down to the weekly time frame, right? You see the weekly time frame, it closed. Now you just have to adjust your resistances to something like so. Okay, let me push it to some more right. So you see the weekly time frame, it closed the previous weekly time frame, it closed bullish, but it didn't feel this orange coming up to these areas. I would say, yeah, it didn't feel this orange coming down to these areas. So the previous weekly time frame is bullish, right? So the monthly time frame is bullish, but it was coming down, it was reversing, and guess what, you take a look at here, we're now 6 days left for the weekly time frame to close. That means this is only the daily time frame. So you know what, price may be something like fueling up so that it may continue to go up with the uptrend. So right now the daily, yes, is bearish, but overall we are bullish, right? So the monthly is bullish, the weekly, yes, is bearish, but overall we are bullish. Now you go down to the daily time frame. You see now there is more details right now. So you want to add another resistance right there. Okay, you want to add another resistance somewhere right here. Let me change the color to say there. Okay, something like this. Yeah. So you see there is a resistance right there. Let me adjust it to right there, right? So there's a resistance right there, and you know what, like I said, price will be making higher highs and what, higher lows when price is in a what, in a bullish trend. See, there's a high like so, and the next one, that's a high low. You see, like so. The next one, boom, a new high. The next one, so what is basically price is now making a new higher low, right? So remember we said we are bullish, and price is making like these higher lows. So what are we expecting? We're expecting price to make this new higher high, maybe break above, right? I don't know, but we're expecting something like this. You see, we're expecting something like this. Like what is happening right here? You see, this can happen here. You see, price reaches there, but there it looks like it didn't reach. Okay, let me just delete this so that I see clearly what I'm talking about. Okay, you see, whenever price reaches these ranges, you see these ranges, let me add another resistance so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, and change the color as well to purple. Okay, let's say purple, something like this. You see, every time price reaches these levels, you want to be checking in the past, like so. It reversed down to these areas. You see, price reaches this one, it reverses down to these areas. Price reaches there, it reverses down to these areas. You see, these are the major areas. These are the major areas that price is in. You see, I'm gonna have to add another line so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. There. You see, price reaches there, it reverses to these areas. Price reaches there, it reverses to these areas. Look at here. Price reaches there, it reverses to these areas. Take a look at here. This is a major area. So we can expect that price reached where it was supposed to reach. So now it has to continue to go up. So now, yes, the daily is bearish, but overall, what are we doing? The overall trend is bullish. So we now come down to the 4-hour time frame. You see, the 4-hour time frame is left with something like 1 hour 23 minutes to close. But if this closes bullish, that means there is now a support. This is now a support. You see, whenever price is going down, then you do something like this. You see, that's a support being formed. So what is the next candle going to do? It's going to continue going up with the what? With the trend. So that is what you want to be taking a look at. So when price makes a support, we will be looking to take the buys. We'll be looking to take the buys. You see, where price rejected, this is a major area. There are a lot of wicks right there. So overall, like I said, the daily is bearish, but the weekly, the monthly, we are bullish. And it's 8 days left for the monthly candle to close. So there are a lot of days, man. Price can start doing can start be changing, right? So basically we are expecting price to go up. So that is how you should be analyzing the chart. So even if you come down to the 1 hour time frames, you see now you're now connecting the dots. You're now mixing the 1 hour time frame and the in the 4 hour time frame, and also the weekly time frame and the monthly time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, okay, I'm just gonna have to leave it a little bit so that it loads. Okay. Okay, 1 hour time frame. If you guys do have some questions, you can just leave them, because I'm just doing the breakdown right here. We're going to be done very soon. Okay, so if you take a look at the 1 hour time frame, well, price is shaking. So if you take a look at the 1 hour time frame, you can see that you just have to wait for it to close, man. You just have to wait for it to close, because right now it looks like it's about to form a resistance. But overall, like I said, we are bullish. I do know a lot of guys who trade the order blocks. They'll putting an order block right here. So that is how you guys should be analyzing the charts. So like I said, today is not a trading day. It's just an educational session. I'll be expecting you guys to be asking me, then I'll be telling you, I'll be answering you guys. I don't know what is wrong with my MetaTrader 5, but that's okay. That's okay. It's a question and answer session. So if you guys do have some questions, you can ask me, and I can be telling you what's popping. Okay. Okay, 2021. That's cool. 20 June 2021, 23 May 2021. Okay. So you guys can be asking me what's popping, what's popping. You guys can be asking me trading related questions. All right, let it load, let it load, let it load. Volatility 25 index has been going on since 2020. I don't know. We just have to find out. 2019. Damn. Whoa. Okay, I'm just going to move this one to where. Okay, what is the 50-minute time frame saying? See, you don't want to be trading this range. You don't want to be trading this range. Why? There's a lot of choppiness in this range. See, this is a nice range. You don't want to be trading. You want to be waiting for a breakout. You want to be waiting for a breakout, either to the upside or to the downside. It depends with the overall trend that we are in, because this is a very choppy range. This is a very choppy range. Blah 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 blah. This is a no trade range. You don't want to be trading this range. Same as this range. You always want to be avoiding these types of ranges, because you don't know where price is going to go, right? You don't want to be trading these ranges. Same as even that one. Okay, a rectangle. This range. These are no trade ranges. You don't want to be trading there. You want to be waiting for price to break. You don't want to be trading these ranges. Whenever you see price ranging, you want to be avoiding that trade, because it'll get you chopped up. It'll get you chopped up, man. These ranges, no trade ranges. You want to be trading these types of ranges. You see, that's a good trade. High highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, high highs. That is how price moves. You see, high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, high high, high lows, high highs. You see, every time, man. This was a very clean trade. You see, high high, high low, 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 high high, high low. Yeah, and basically you want to be trading support, man. How do you draw a support? Well, it's easy, man. You just have to find the point where price is touching the most. Take it for example. You see, price is touching these levels. Okay, let me just take a rectangle and say these levels, right? Okay, let me adjust it to something like so. Price, let me delete this one. Okay, let me even adjust it to this like so. You see, price is also touching these levels. So price is also touching these levels. you should have something like more than something like 3 dots. You see, something like 3 dots. Yeah, that's cool, that's cool. So you now have something like 3 dots, right? So what you're going to do, you've got 3 points. So okay, let me just add this one, the last one. You do have 3 points with which are on some sort of a line, right? So what you do, you take a ruler, then you connect the dots using a what? A ruler. This is my ruler, so I'm just gonna have to connect the dots and put them in a line, something like this. So you see, like so, and the support should be like down. Okay, let me just change the color and increase the font to something like 4. Okay, and change the color. I'm used to orange, man, when drawing a support, major support. You see, something like so. Then you adjust it, because as you can see, these points and these points as well as these points, they are not aligning, so you have to find the average. You have to find the average. So my average would be something like so. You see, so that these points, now let me delete these ones so that you see. You see, this is now a support. This is how you draw a support, right? And the area between a resistance and the support to the downside and resistance to the top, that is a range. So this is a range, this is a range, this is a range, right? That is how you draw a support. Even here, you can draw a support here. You just take a ruler, then you underline to these levels. You see, price is ejecting these areas, these areas, these areas, these areas. So that is a strong support. That is how you draw a support and resistance. Support and resistance. I'm about to end the live, man. I'm about to end the live. But I hope you guys are ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow we do have a live trading session. Today was an educational session, man. I hope to everyone who is going to watch this video, even after the live, is going to benefit. You want to be benefiting, man. Even if you are a pro trader, you can just take some notes, right? You can just take some notes. Even they seem to be a few notes, they will benefit you, man. That is what you want to be looking at. Always be positive, man. Always be positive. Everything someone is telling you, it'll benefit you one day in the future. So this is very important. And always make sure that when you're drawing a resistance, it has to be drawn using the body of the candle. There is a body, then there's a wick, right? There's a body, then there's a wick. Okay, let me go here and choose this one. Suppose this is a candle, right?